Hi, I'm Ellen, and I am going to show you how to clean wheat. If you have a bucket of wheat that you open and you find that there are weevils inside, dead or alive, it's okay. You can clean it and use it, because if you open, say, a 50-pound bucket of wheat that you've been storing and you find it has bugs in it, you don't want to just throw all of that away, but you can clean it and use it, and so I'm going to show you how. Sometimes when you open a bucket of wheat that has had an air breach in it and has weevils in it, it's really they're actively eating the wheat, and so it's kind of messy looking. There's like little pieces of the wheat that has been the bran that's off, and so you see white spots on the wheat where the bran has been eaten away. You see little bugs in there and so forth. This morning I opened a bucket of wheat that was obviously, when it was bucketed, it had weevils in it, and it was not caught ahead of time. And so when the oxygen absorbers were put in the bucket of wheat, the bugs died immediately, and so there was no damage to the wheat itself. But even if there had been, you can clean it the same way. So I want to show you my wheat. This is a bucket of wheat that I opened this morning. The brand name on it is not, I didn't mean that to show that to you, because it was already used and refilled, this bucket was. But you can see that inside here, clinging to the side, there are some little weevils. And there's more in the bottom, and so forth. The wheat itself looks pretty nice. And they're hard to see in there, but you see one is on my finger when I pick the wheat up. And so I don't really want that going into my bread and such, so I want to clean it out. So what I'm going to do is I have this set up here. I've got a fan that's running, and I've got a bucket, another bucket that I'm going to put the wheat in, sitting up high so it doesn't have to fall very far. And I'm hoping I can video this myself so that without the help of somebody else I can make this obvious to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cup, and I'm going to scoop up some wheat from this bottom bucket that's dirty, and I'm going to hold it. I have the fan running here. I'm going to hold it above the fan over my other bucket, and I'm going to pour the wheat past the fan so that it blows anything out of it. Now, if it was a bucket that had live bugs in it, you would see a lot of chaff blowing out into the air. Right now, I can just see a little bit because there was just a few dead bugs in it. But even so, I don't want those bugs to be in there. So then I just come back in, get another scoop of my dirty wheat, and I do it again. I've met a lot of people who make their own bread and such, and have not had anyone to teach this to them before, and so they've brought their wheat to me and say, will you feed this to your animals, because it's, it has bugs in it, and so then they don't have their wheat, and that's expensive to throw away. So this is all I'm doing, and it's blowing any bugs out of it. So now I'm going to take this noises. Fan is making my voice funny. And look at this fresh wheat, and I don't see any problems with it. The bugs have blown away, and my chickens will be more than happy to eat them for me. Again, in this bucket, the dirty bucket, I can pick up a handful of wheat. Not seeing any on that one. I'll go deeper. So, because I had already poured some of this bucket out and back in, that's when I realized that it had bugs in it, that a lot of them have already been fallen out into another bucket. But anyway, so I hope that helps anybody that has been struggling. I hope that helps anybody that's been struggling with having bugs in their wheat, or dirty for any other reason.